And my friend Truck Lucky. His name is Truck Lucky. Okay, I don't know what is he doing right now, so okay. So he has a mic, but like for some reason our mics are not working, so like our mics are not working right now, so but really we're gonna do a 1v1 basically, but he's not that good, so don't judge. Oh god, I keep on forgetting. I got onto a bad start. Oh, whoa there. I see what he's doing now. Got him. Go. Ooh, let's go. Well, let's get started at the random moment story. Okay. So, I'm walking to the store and I go to get some food. But once I go to get some food, I hear this loud bang when I'm walking out the store. Like someone fell or maybe hit the garbage can. And I'm getting so confused, like what's going on right now. And the next thing you know, I look back, nobody's there. When I'm looking back but no one's there, I'm like confused, like on what happened. Oh, I was confused on what happened. So I'm looking back and I'm just thinking, just forget about all this. So while I'm looking and I'm actually seeing like, what was that weird thing today? I'm back home. I'm sitting on my couch just thinking like, what the flip happened? So, and I'm just, you know, creeped out a little bit. Just sit down and I go play some Fortnite. So I sit down and I play Fortnite and then heard this knock on my door. I go to my door and I answer it. And I'm like, hello? I look out there and no one's there. I'm so confused on what's happening right now that I just don't even bother it. So after I don't bother it for a while, some things happen. And you wanna know what happened is no one was at my door. After that, nobody was at my door. I check and see what's out there. And oh you gotta be kidding me. Got him. Yeah, I kind of got confused on what happened. So I'm like, just forget about it. So I just want to go, so I go to sleep. And while I was asleep, I hear this loud thing in my kitchen. So I go look at my kitchen. And you want to know what it was? I don't know who it was. I say, who are you and why are you in my kitchen? He said, you don't know me, but I know much about you. And I'm like, who do you know about me? I'm like, what do you know about me? Because you don't know nothing about me. Yeah, so he says, I don't know much about you, you don't know much about me. So I say, get down and let's get to know each other. And I'm like, no, I'm calling the cops right now. So I say, no, I'm calling the cops right now. So, and I'm like, She's like, if you do that, I will expose you to everybody. And I'm like, what do you have to expose about me? So, because I really don't do anything, like, just crazy. I don't know, I said, are you a woman or what? And I ask, she says, maybe, I'm maybe a boy or a girl. Who knows? And I'm like, what do you mean, who knows? What kind of answer is that? I ask, and she doesn't even answer me for a second. And I'm asking, like, what are you doing in my house anyway? She says that we were meant to be together. I'm like, she said we were meant to be. And I'm like, what do you mean meant to be? Like, I already have a boyfriend. I couldn't start this anymore. So I'm like, bro, like, no, this is not happening. You're not gonna come in my house, freaking say we're meant to be together. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't even know you. You say you know me. I don't believe you. I'm like, who are you? I'm like, I don't even know you. Not even close to knowing who you even are. So, call the cops anyways. Because she really has nothing to expose. I didn't know what she meant by she had nothing to expose, though. That's the reason. So, I say, if you don't tell me who you are, I will call the cops now. So she says, my name is LA. And I'm like, what kind of name is that? So I'm like confused. Like, is she telling me a lie or what? Who you, the flip name LA? What kind of name is that? And I'm so confused. So I say, I'm calling the cops now. And she says, fine, I'll tell you my real name. Her real name was Emily. And I'm like, okay. So she says Emily, and I'm like, okay, you're Emily, and yeah, so I'm calling the cops now. So I called the cops anyway. She says her name was Emily. So I still called the cops when she left. So I'm like, can you please get out of my house? And she's like, no, not until you accept me. So I'm saying, like, what do you mean not until I accept you? We already went over this, that I already have a girlfriend, like. Yeah, so, and I'm confused on what's going on. So after I called the cops, they got her. But when I did call the cops, the next thing you know, they look in my kitchen and she was gone. I was like, oh my God. Like, she literally, like, yeah, and I'm like so confused, like, on what's going on. And I'm so confused, and I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm thinking in my head, like, what is going on? After they noticed that, like, her, that she was a criminal that they have been actually trying to find. And I'm like, oh my God, like, there's no way that, like, this is happening right now. I'm like, I don't even know who this lady is. Like, she just comes to my house and say we're meant to be. I asked a couple questions, and they answer that, well, she is lately one of the gold diggers. And I'm like, she was basically like one of them. And I'm like, okay, what does that got to do with my business? why was she at my house? And she says, and then the officer said that we do not know anything about that. And I'm like so confused right now. So after that happened, a lot of stuff happened which I do not know about. Kind of made me weirded out. So that is the first part. Like for part 2. I'll see you guys later.